What's up, guys? Welcome back to GeForce Now Nation. We're going to take kind of a quick look here at Banishers Ghost of New Eden running on the GeForce Now Ultimate tier on the RTX 4080. The game looks great, it plays great, and performance is great here on GeForce Now. So let's get into it and check it out. Now, this has quickly become one of my favorite single-player games of 2024 so far, and it's running great on GFN. You can see I'm at 4K, AV1 codec, and plenty of bandwidth to play with there. And as far as settings, we're going to be at that 4K, 120 FPS is what I'm trying to cap at. Quality on DLSS. All the settings are maxed out here. We're leaving frame gen off for now, but we'll talk more about that as we get into the video. Now, like I said, this game looks fantastic, which is one of the big things that caught me off guard because I hadn't really had this game on my radar, but it looks really good. The voice acting is really good. The presentation here on GeForce Now is really good as well with the Ultimate tier. I have a decent ping, and picture quality, as usual, is really good here, streaming in 4K, albeit if we're using DLSS in the game, it's crisp, looks great, and we don't get a lot of pixelation or bitrate issues or anything like that here with GeForce Now, which is great, as those are plagues for cloud gaming. And when it comes to combat, not only is it a ton of fun in this game so far as well, switching between characters, I still have a lot to unlock, but there's a lot of mechanics that get involved here that make it a lot of fun. But there's also a lot of fast moving, aiming, dodging, parrying, and all that kind of stuff. And input latency can always be some kind of an issue on cloud gaming, but on GeForce Now's Ultimate tier, they've really gotten it quite good over the past couple of years, and it's really almost like playing locally here when it comes to combat, dodging, fighting, all the stuff you need to do just kind of fades away and feels like I'm playing on my PC most of the time. Now, frame generation is another thing I want to bring up because there's areas of this game that run 120 or higher, no problem, as is here on these settings, but there's areas that run in the 50s or lower as well with these settings. Now, if you turn on frame generation, you're going to be able to avoid a lot of that and keep the higher frame rate, which is a fantastic feature. But the thing is, on cloud gaming, if I'm not running over 120 FPS on my stream, like a 240 FPS game on GFN, I really don't want the game running over 120. It's just not as smooth. You're losing frames. The best experience for cloud gaming is if you're running 60, your stream is 60. If you're running a game at 120, your stream is 120. But to be in between those too much or very too much, or especially go over that stream count too far, it does get a bit stuttery and janky and is not as smooth of an experience as having it at either a lower or a capped 120. So for this particular game, I wouldn't really use frame generation on cloud for me. I would definitely use it if I was playing it locally here on my 240 hertz monitor. It would be fantastic. But because I am capping at a 120 FPS stream, I just don't feel like the frame generation feels great here, and it does add a little bit more input latency in this game, even with reflex on, and I can feel it right away. So for me, I would just put this back. I'm not going to use frame gen for this game at 4K. What I would do is just start lowering some settings, maybe up DLSS, and really forget 4K, play in 1440p, which is where I pretty much only game at 1440. I do not game at 4K, but with GeForce Now, I do like to check out that 4K performance and stuff from time to time, which I want to do with this game here. But definitely, if you want more frames, I'd recommend just do 1440p 120. The game's going to look fantastic and play great. Frame generation, maybe not so much unless you're playing locally. But anyway, it's fantastic. Loads of options here to be able to dive into when it comes to GeForce Now, your PC settings, how you want to run the game, but it looks great on here. I'm really enjoying it on GeForce Now, and the game itself is top notch. Again, one of my favorite single player experiences so far here in 2024. I'll leave you with a couple more minutes here if you want to check out a little bit more of the game here, see what it looks like without me jabbering on, guys. Thanks a lot for coming to check out the video as always, and I'll see you in the next one.
Come out, wherever you are. Come on, show yourself.
Red.
It's behind me, isn't it?
Yes.
Of course it is. Every bloody time. You are surely too big to be a wolf.
It's a scourge, all right. Anger shaped to kill.
We wish you no harm. We know all about the wolf whistles. The whistle Stickskin gave you. Oh, shite!
Well, easy now. You're not too quick on your feet, are you?